Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Let me just double check that everything is connected, and then we will begin. But in the meantime, how are you? How's it going? What have you been up to? chat is connected. I already updated that. I can lower the music. And let's go ahead. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and hop on over. Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? How is your day? How are things? Oh, it's choppy. It's choppy, and we're getting some encoding overloaded. Very cool, very cool. Let's see if it calms down here in a second. How are you all? Valk, you were here first. How are you, Valk? Emmers, welcome in. Hello, how are you, Sassy? And Spoods, welcome in. How's it going? How are you all? What have you been up to today? I hope you're having a great Tuesday or Wednesday. Today we are going to continue some more of the Painscreek Killings. I had to look up what we were missing. Luckily I found like a non-spoilery thread that was able to help kind of like be like, all right, this is what you should have, and then go to the next step, and we've apparently just missed something, and in a room that we've been to a dozen times at this point, so we'll have to go check that out. But before that, we can chill and chat for a bit. We probably won't chat for the full hour. We'll get into the game sooner rather than later. Yeah, I just want to know how you guys are doing. What have you been up to? I forgot to mention this yesterday, but I posted in the Discord. This was Saturday. Yeah, it must have been Saturday after stream. But there's a new deep dive video that I've watched. That is actually, it's very interesting, and you guys might find it interesting, maybe. I do recommend it. But there's a bar of entry. The video is 4 hours long. So maybe a bit of a longer video for you all. But it's 4 hours long. It is a deep dive on the Star Wars Hotel, and is very interesting. Like everything, for those that don't know, the Star Wars Hotel, which is opened by Disney, has like already shut down. Like I actually don't even know when they opened. Maybe like 2022. Maybe maybe late 2022. They shut it down late 2023. So I think it was open for probably about a year. Maybe less than that. I don't know. But so it's already shut down, but the YouTuber, her name is Jenny Nicholson. She Dad's not the scary game again. We're here for the scary game. Well, hopefully it won't be scary. Hopefully it's just back to normal biz. That biz being just detective-y things, you know? That'd be great. That'd be great. But we'll see. I figured out what I'm missing, where we need to go next, so we'll be able to kind of like hop on in and get to it. But yeah, how are you doing? How's the rest of your birthday? I meant to make an announcement in the Discord that it was your birthday, and I totally forgot. I will do that later for belated. But anyway, so this 4-hour video about the Star Wars Hotel goes into like everything from early like conceptual art to their marketing to like where it started to go wrong, and I loved it. And then Jenny Nicholson actually went to the Star Wars Hotel when it was open, and so she has like clips from her actual being there, and it's so interesting. It makes sense why it failed, I think, when you kind of like look at it in its like practicality, and like how they had very lofty goals but then like didn't really succeed on any of them for the most part. Also, and all of that to consider that like the Star Wars Hotel did not do very well. The cheapest you can do is for 2 people, it's 3,000 something each. For 2 nights, 2 days. Which is like absurd. That is like an absurd amount of money. Why does it say ads are gonna start? I already ran ads. Anyway, yeah, so it's like incredibly expensive, and I think that's like one of the things that I didn't quite realize. I heard it was expensive, but in the video they even compare it to like other cruises, and at the same price on like a Disney cruise, you're getting like top dollar things. They're giving you gifts in order to like thank you for like choosing such an expensive package and whatever. But like 3,000 per person, and I think at minimum you have to, it's like a 2-person trip or something like that. So I think so. Maybe not. Maybe it is just, you could go by yourself and it's just 3,000 for you. But anyway, she went with her sister, and it was like, it seemed to be mostly a waste of money. Now it doesn't matter because it's like the cruises, I mean they shut down the Star Wars Hotel. But anyway, I'm listening but driving home. Emmers, have a good drive home.
Anyway, lead on. Allons-y, but not too fast. All right, let's go.
And Gilmore, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Anyway, I found the video very interesting, and if you guys are looking for a deep dive video, I linked it in the Discord. Granted, again, it is 4 hours long, but I found it incredibly entertaining. The way she explains things, the way she talks about things, it's white chocolate mocha, indeed. You know it, Dans. You know it. But the way she talks about it, the way she explains it, it's all very, like, interesting and understandable and also funny. It also, you'll be like, yeah, I can totally it totally makes sense why the Star Wars Hotel would fail. It's stupidly expensive. There's pretty much nothing they can do with it now. And yeah, but anyway, go if you guys go watch it. So it's only 4 hours. Just break it up into little chunks. It's already divided into chapters. There's 20 chapters. But see, I'm good. Just hanging out with the Bay. We're going to play some Minecraft. We just had tacos for lunch. Ooh, nom nom nom. What kind of tacos? Yeah, I love a good white chocolate mocha. I was like, when I go to Australia, I'm gonna order a maca, because that's how they say it. That's how they say it over there. We'll do that. Very excited. Also, side note, a lot of people don't watch the show. I know Valk does, but Taskmaster is a very good show. It is very, very funny. And they're making a VR game. Why VR? I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just sad that I do not have a VR. Because if I did, we would become a Taskmaster only stream. Yeah, Valk knows. What's cool is, well, again, this might not mean anything to you guys. Taskmaster is originally a BBC show, but now it is expanded to different markets. Like, I think the first season of the Australia Taskmaster is on now officially or something. There's also like a New Zealand one. There's also like like Sweden or something, but new Twitch goal community Jet VR. We have to get to our first one though. We have to finish our first goal. Anyway, the show is basically like each season has 5 comedians competing for points for like they get a reward, but it's like not anything super special. They film them all separately doing different tasks, and then they all come together and they film an episode where it's like they've cut together all of their tasks and they then get scored based on it. And it is so funny. It is a very much a comfort show, I think, to watch for me at this point. Like, I've watched most of the seasons, and so it's very easy to just like go back, choose a season, and just start watching it. All of them are on YouTube, and it's just very good. I could it would not be as fun though. I don't think. You guys could just, you Pucks and Crow can just set up like one of those like 3D cameras in a room, and I could just be there virtually. That would not be as fun. But okay, so it's basically the general show is like contestants doing tasks. The tasks are usually really wacky and weird or tricky. But it's very funny. It's a very funny show because the comedians make all of these tasks a bit more humorous in how they like accomplish them. So I think part of the game is like you can, you're doing tasks and it looks like it'd be pretty random and fun. But then the other part of it is you can like make tasks as well. And I think that would be fun. But anyway, it just seems like just get a whole exactly. We can just like we can use one of those 3D scanners, like where you know how like it can sort of compile like a 3D image based on like a bunch of photos. We just do that, easy peasy. It's basically Australia. But no, I need to go over there. I need to go over there. Got to see it for myself. I gotta get a good whiff of Brisbane, of Australia. I need to touch a koala. I saw a video of some wombats. I think it was Sunday. They are so adorable. Wombats are they're so adorable. It was like a little video, and it was like a short clip of like a day of the life of a wombat, and it was just it like walking around, and it was just like scratching its back on like rocks and things, and I was like, I just want to pick it up. I just want to pick it up. Well, are wombats aggressive? What is their demeanor? Anyone know? What is the general demeanor of a wombat? Things that you didn't think you were going to be asked today. Not really. Okay. Not that I would like just randomly go approach one. You know, people hold them. Oh, I want to hold. The trip is just going to be me holding random things. Everything we find, picture of me holding it. A koala, a wombat, some ramen, just like a picture of me holding ramen. Anyway, that would just be wonderful. Anyway, also a side note, because I think we were kind of talking about this the other day. Wait, hi, hello, went back to playing Paper Trail, nodded off. Hey, no worries. No worries. We were talking about this the other day, but, Netflix, they've invented cable. Netflix Peacock, which is the NBC streaming service, and then Apple TV. They're creating a bundle. They're like coming together to be like a service. Well, they're not combining their businesses, but they are like doing a thing where you can get like a bundle of all of them, so you can have one account that has access to everything on Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV. And it's just like we're back to cable again, everybody. So we've gone full circle. We had cable, we killed cable, we had streaming services, and now we're back to packaged channels, essentially. I don't know when that's like, they've announced that they're doing that. I don't think we have like a release date for that. I don't even want to know what the prices are going to be, and I imagine, here is going to be my guess. It's going to start at a somewhat reasonable price, and then slowly over the next year, it will go up. And then eventually you're just going to be paying cable prices. Luckily, I don't really have any services besides Amazon Prime. Unfortunately, Amazon Prime has started to include ads in their like basic tier. So that's sort of lame. But I pretty much actually don't really watch that much Amazon Prime. I have recently because I started rewatching Psych. But for the most part, it's I just use Amazon Prime for the shipping. But anyway, so I hope you guys are ready for the age of streaming cable once again. I can imagine it will go out of hand. It's gonna get out of hand. Prices are gonna start soaring like crazy, and people are gonna be like, "Why are we back to cable again?" And there won't be an answer. But then maybe, I wonder what would come next. It's hard for me to imagine what would potentially then replace like all of these like packages and stuff. I don't have anything yet, but we'll probably go through that cycle again where something replaces all these streaming packages, and then we move back into eventually they will all come together and form essentially cable again, and prices get crazy. It will just be in a loop. We'll be in a crazy loop. All right. So I know it's early, but we started late. But I think we go ahead and hop into the game. I know where we're supposed to go. I know what I missed, or at least where to find it. So, and we only played ads just a little bit ago, so we won't have to take a little break to switch over. Let's go. All right. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we're missing a key, and apparently it is in Trisha's room. And so we need to go back. What's weird is I don't like, they described where it is. I'm like, surely I looked there. Okay, we're back at the mansion. For those that weren't here, basically, here's the general. Wait, it said. Oh, what? That's a key. How did I not see that? How did I not see that? I mean, like, it's brown, so maybe I just thought it was like a part of the journal. I don't know. We came by here multiple times even yesterday, and it was just, I was like, nope, nothing new. I'm squinting to see it. Yeah, I think maybe it's like the key itself, the metal part, doesn't like really stand out. So I don't know. I think maybe I just thought it was part of the journal, but I should have noticed. That's my bad. Looks like a cabin key. Unbelievable. When they described it, I thought they meant it was in this drawer, but I was like, I felt like we looked through all of it. No, it was even worse. It was actually just sitting out in front of our eyes. For those who don't know what's happening, here's the general gist. We are a reporter. We're a reporter, and we are looking into the murder of a woman named Vivian Rogers. She was murdered in 1995, and this town has basically become deserted. Multiple people died sort of around the same time, and so some people left because of that. Some people left because the town was just kind of wasting away. It's a very small town, lots of old people. No, there was no like new young life to kind of like, keep businesses afloat and all of that. So people just started leaving. So the town is now fully abandoned. Ish. Emphasis on ish. And yeah, we've started to uncover a lot about the Rogers family. We're currently in the Rogers' mansion. We have learned that the husband, Charles, had an affair. They hid the son away somewhere. Trisha, who we're currently in her room, is the daughter of the Rogers family. We know at some point she dies. There's a gravestone for her here, but we don't know why. The music is chilling. That is correct. Miss Created, welcome in. How are you? Trisha started dating a boy named Scott that she grew up with, who also came to work at her home. They have like maids and servants and chauffeurs and whatever. He was like a maintenance person. Weird thing is like Vivian, who's the mom, started to say that she forbade her daughter to date Scott, but would not really say for what reason. I think she just said like because of his like status, sort of, But we learned that there was through Vivian's diaries, we know that she is concerned because Scott started asking about an old employee named Sophia. Sophia is the maid that the husband had an affair with. I am starting to theorize that Scott is the daughter of Sophia and Charles, and that is why Vivian is like, my daughter, Trisha and Scott cannot date because they are in fact brother and sister, or halfsies, as well as Scott was adopted. Scott's adopted father also was trying to tell him not to date Trisha. Yesterday, there's a lot of people involved, but yesterday we started looking into one of the former employees named Andrew. Andrew died in a house fire, and apparently was involved in some kind of occult like shenanigans. Shenanigans is the right word, right? But okay, so we looked at Andrew's diary. Andrew's diary said, we can actually look at it. I don't even have to. He starts off by saying like, hey, Scott's all right, not too bad. But we start learning that like, we kind of knew this before because we went to the hospital. We found out that he was having hallucinations, but it seemed to be because of like the alcohol. He was a alcoholic, and it could have been like withdrawals or something. But he starts to say that he's seeing somebody again. Like he's like, is it hallucinations? What's happening? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. We don't really know who the he is or the they are. And Andrew again has started to see Sophia again, and he's like, "Is this hallucination?" Sophia is again the maid who Charles had an affair with, and then he's like, "That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we've done." And there was like a magic circle on the ground, and oh, look at that duck. That's incredible. And But he burned in his home. And so, yeah. So we don't know what he was necessarily involved with. I have a theory. I have a bit of a theory, which is we also learned, and I forgot to mention this early on yesterday, we learned that Vivian, who's again the mom that lives in this house, or did, she was the main person we're trying to investigate. Vivian killed her mother-in-law by overdosing her on pills, and she did that with the help of the doctor, the town doctor. And Andrew's journal makes me think that that is maybe what he's talking about. Maybe Andrew also knew and helped with that, and that's what he means by like that. You know, he's mentioning it like they're trying to abandon me or whatever, and it like could be like maybe that he feels guilty. Maybe that's why he became an alcoholic. We also know, according to the employee files of like the housekeepers and stuff, that Vivian listed Andrew as someone that she trusted closely. So that makes me think that could be it, which you would think would be weird because all we heard about him before that point was that he was like a terrible drunk, didn't do any work, and that's why they hired Scott, was to sort of do work for him. But before I move into it more, after we left Andrew's house yesterday, we saw a lady across the way. This is the first time we've seen another person in the town, and it was very unnerving. I'm wondering if this is Sophia, but she would be very old. Sophia would be very old at this point. Anyway, we saw this lady, and then we saw her again on the roof of the hospital. Also, this time, we saw her, I looked away, and I looked back, and she was gone. So very cool. This is a very, very cool thing. Very, very neat of her to be doing that. But anyway, we now have what we were missing yesterday, which was, because I couldn't figure out where we were supposed to go, we have a key to Scott's cabin. Very excited. There's still a few places that we like need to gain access to. Where's the playground? Maybe it's gonna be this way? I forget. We've been to the playground. We've seen the cabin. I am also afraid that whoever this figure we're seeing is just going to appear in random places, and I think this is towards the front. Yeah. It's there. This is towards Andrew's house, right? Oh, there's the playground. Perfect. Okay. Oop. Just while we're approaching the woods, I want to make sure we don't see old Scary McGee. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So this is Scott's cabin. Scott again was oh, there's a well. Spooky. Scott is the guy who's working at the Charles home. Was dating Trisha, and he's been asking about Sophia. What was this? To-do list. Visit Andrew at the hospital. Check hospital for missing tools. I like that his cabin key is like, just has a cabin on it. I don't know. Pretty small place. Another gramophone. Master carpentry. A knife. I mean, he's kept good. Milk. It's got some pills. Huh. Okay. Well, we're here. Surely there's some... Oh, wait. Ah! Oh. Chest box. I wonder if that is the chest box to... at the church. Diary! Have we seen his diary before? 1993, so 2 years before Vivian's death. Today is Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend the day with Trisha, but Charles invited me to go hunting. I was nervous, not because it's my first time hunting, but because it's with Trisha's dad. It turned out that I actually enjoyed being with him. I feel comfortable talking to him. Again, I think Charles would be his father, I believe. I don't get it. This was a few months later. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I am not rich or because I'm an orphan? He didn't explain anything to me. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore? I feel so confused. We quarreled again today. I couldn't stand Father Matthew's preaching attitude, so I yelled back at him. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I am so frustrated. Father Matthew said that I am not an orphan. What does that mean? Does he know who my parents are? I pressed him to keep talking, but he wouldn't tell me anything after that. I need to know more. In these past weeks, it has become more difficult for me to talk to Father Matthew. Whenever we speak, he addresses only church stuff. I've realized that I'm starting to avoid Father Matthew. Whenever he asks me how my day was, I don't feel like answering him. When I ask him about my past, he's always trying to change the subject. I feel so frustrated. I've moved out of the church. Father Matthew did not object, although he looked a bit sad. Mr. Roberts was kind enough to let me stay at his cabin. I'm willing to work for him as an assistant gardener. That way, the mansion garden can still be well maintained even when Andrew cannot make it. Mr. Roberts is that the butler? Bernard Roberts? No, he was Hopkins. Oh, Charles. Charles Roberts. Wait, no, Rogers. Who's Roberts? Who is Robert? Right, they're the Rogers family, right? Have I been saying that wrong? I don't know who that is. That's okay. Let's see. It's been a month since Charles gave me this cabin to stay. I still don't know where to start my investigation. Andrew has been drinking. Bernard asked me to bring him home today. Whenever he's drunk, he accuses himself, saying that he's a sinner. Sometimes he would mutter names that I've never heard of. Of all the names, I think I can only recognize Magdalene. That is Charles's mom. Who, again, I believe was murdered by Vivian, the doctor, and then potentially Andrew being involved. I just can't remember where I heard that name before. I just returned from the orphanage and found out that it was Father Calvin who brought me there. The record sheet started that I was from Painscreek. How? If I was born in Painscreek, there must be records of me in the hospital, but I've checked. There's none. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. Father Calvin was the priest before Father Matthew. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. I shouldn't have done that, but he might have something that could tell me about my birth parents. He didn't have anything relevant. Andrew's drunk again. This is the 5th time I had to bring him home and then cover his shift. It's getting quite annoying. As I laid him down in his bed, he muttered repeatedly, "I'm so sorry, Sophia." Who's Sophia? Sophia was the maid. Again, that Charles had an affair with. Another key. Could this key... Key with a cross engraved. It might be usable in the church. Alright. There was nothing else here that we could open up. Okay. There's a room... Is that upstairs? I think it's upstairs. Now that, like, an event has happened, or, like, that we've unlocked a new area, I'm afraid that the lady has moved. We are somewhere around here-ish. So, we're trying to head towards the right. All those little chimney things on the roofs make me uncomfortable now. Okay, so I think this is the chest. Nice! Alright, we've got some toys. A key to the basement. A blanket with moons and stars, my baby boy, 1975. I mean, tell me it's not. St. Patrick Orphanage, 1994. Dear Scott, I'm Sister Rachel. Although I wasn't here when you last came, I hope you remember me. I was your nursing mother after you arrived here those years ago. I understand that you came here earlier to find out how you came to be at St. Patrick's Orphanage. On July 4th, 1975, Father Calvin came to us holding a basket with you in it. He said that you'd lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He told us that your name was Scott. After he left, Sister Emma asked if I would be willing to take care of a baby. At first, I hesitated because it was a huge responsibility. But when I saw your face, so full of innocence and curiosity, I felt as if God himself had delivered you to me. I accepted the task. When you were 10, Father Matthew came to see you. He had just become the head priest of Painscreek Trinity Church. He visited often, usually at the beginning of the month. Whenever he left, he would leave an envelope containing a small sum of money. He said it was for everything you needed, and that whatever was left was then given to the orphanage. I'd be lying to say that I wasn't sad when you left the orphanage, but when Father Matthew adopted you, I believed that your life would be better in Painscreek than here, and I dearly hope it's so. Everything enclosed within the package used to be yours. I think you should have these. May God bless you, Sister Rachel Davis. Okay. diary. More of Scott's diary. I asked Andrew about Sophia. First, he freaked out, saying that I shouldn't go around speaking that name. Then he said he'd never heard that name in his life. Is he hiding something? Why would he lie about Sophia? This makes me want to know who Sophia is even more. I asked Wanda if she knew anything about Sophia. She said Sophia used to work as a maid in the mansion for a few years until she was let go. When asked why, Wanda said she didn't know. However, she thought that Sophia was a manipulative woman that would do anything to get what she wanted. Wanda resented that. I met Derek today and asked if he knew anyone by the name of Sophia. Apparently he's not on speaking terms with me. I wonder if it has anything to do with Trisha. Derek was a chauffeur, but also a friend. He also has a crush on Trisha. During today's lunch break, I asked Bernard if he knew about Sophia. Bernard's the head butler. He was surprised that I knew that name, but proceeded to say that he did not know her that well.
In French, in France...
Brad, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're back now, right? Somehow I feel uncomfortable whenever I talk with Bernard. His cold gaze gives me the shivers. I met Dorothy while tending to the garden. I asked her about Sophia. She looked confused. She was curious as to where I heard that name. I told her it came from Andrew. She kindly explained that Sophia was a close friend of hers when Sophia first came to work for the Roberts family. Unfortunately, she had an affair with Charles when Vivian was hospitalized. Shortly after, she left Painscreek. No one has heard of her ever since. Dorothy thinks that Sophia has probably started a new life in another place. I wonder if the affair was the reason everyone's quiet about it. Interesting. Okay, we also got this key and a basement key. Hold on. There's another room we don't have access to here, right? Yeah, this one. This is Father Matthew's room. Okay, none of those are interactable. O'Malley and Associates, attorneys at law. Dear Mr. Brooks, we have evaluated your case and we accept the request to represent your son, Scott Brooks, in court. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Oh, right. So Scott was accused of killing Vivian. And though I believe that's not true. Oh, no worries, Brad. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Considering the sensitivity of the situation, we urge you not to make any public statements until consulting with us. Additionally, we would like copies of any government documents related in any way to your son. Medical records, transaction receipts, travel documents, previous criminal charges, if any, etc. The more we have, the better we can help in your son's case. We will be in contact within the next few days. Okay, donation from the Roberts family. Payment for church maintenance. Check from car dealership. From car dealership? Sunday tithing. Hosting community potluck. First payment fee for Scott's lawyers, Sunday tithing, roof fixing, cemetery maintenance service, Sunday tithing, second payment fee for Scott's lawyers, pilgrimage traveling fee, youth program finance. A check from a dealership? What does that mean? That's odd. Dear Diary. This is so 1975. long time ago. A few months have passed since I arrived here. The missionary trip is harder than I expected. There's no clean water, the food lacks nutrients, and there isn't enough medicine. We have requested help from the WHO, but haven't received any reply yet. I feel so frustrated. What can I do? When Father Calvin first sent me here, he asked if I would be willing to stay for 6 months. It would be a great training for me, he said. I agreed. That was before I came. 6 months have passed. I think I will extend this for another 6 months. The people here need as much help as they can get. I am not a doctor, but I can help them through my support and prayers. I will let Father Calvin know about my decision. Also, is he talking about Painscreek? No clean water? What is that? Or is this like elsewhere? Time flies. I can't believe I'll be going home tomorrow. Okay, he was elsewhere. I was very confused. I was like, no one has ever said anything about like the water being bad. I will miss the people here. At the same time, I can't wait to get back home and meet everyone again. Okay. Father Calvin summoned me this morning and told me that Sophia had left Painscreek. How can that be? The last time we wrote, she told me she had so many things to share with me when I got back. I can't remember. That's right. Matthew and Sophia knew each other somehow, and I forget what their connection was. How can that be? The last time we wrote, she told me she had so many things to share with me when I got back. Was she forced? Is she hiding something? I just cannot believe that Sophia left without telling me anything. Something must have happened to her that she could not tell me. It's been almost 6 months since Sophia left Painscreek. I've asked everyone around. No one seemed to know where she went. Father Calvin told me to let it go. He's right. I should not dwell on matters of the heart. There are more important things in life that I need to focus on. If Sophia and I aren't meant to meet again, God will let me know. It's time... Oh, wait. Are meant to meet again, God will let me know. It's time to move on with my life. Okay. So he had a bit of a crush. Another diary. Okay, nothing in there. Matthew Brooks. Okay. 1971. I had always wanted to be adopted, but I guess heaven had something else in store for me. Instead of being taken in by family, I came to Painscreek Trinity Church. To be honest, I would prefer to have a real family with people whom I can call mom and dad. But Father Calvin said God has other plans for my future, and in time I will come to realize it. The Roberts family is looking for a new maid. I told Mrs. Roberts. Is their name Roberts? Have I been saying Rogers this whole time? Oh, that's my bad. The Roberts family is looking for a new maid. I told Mrs. Roberts that a relative of mine would fit the position really well. I know I shouldn't lie, but I want Sophia to be here in Painscreek. That's right, she's like his cousin or something. Father Calvin always said we have to help those who are in need. Sophia is in need, and I am sure she will be glad to have this job. Since starting the job at the mansion, Sophia has settled in nicely. Whenever she has time off from work, we've been exploring Painscreek together. I have so much to show her. This is just like the orphanage days, and I'm extremely comfortable being with her. Or, okay, maybe they just know each other from the orphanage. Today was Sophia's day off. We ate at the Moon Cafe again. I can't seem to get enough of this place. The food is delicious, the atmosphere relaxing, and the coffee tastes great. Maybe it's all because of Sophia's company. Still, I love to hang out here. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Painscreek, followed closely by the church and the Little Big Books. We've seen that, but we haven't been inside. But okay, looks like that's everything here. We now have a church basement key. I can't tell. It could be either here or I wonder if that door in Scott's cabin goes down to the basement, but I mean this is surely a basement. It's locked. Oh, it actually has no thing. So maybe it's probably the door in Scott's cabin. Also, were there no tools in that chest? No, I guess it wasn't a like chest thing or like a toolbox. All right, we need tools. Okay, back to the cabin. So if we can get to the front of town, we just follow the river. Honestly, this game could get very scary. She's behind you, JD. Welcome in. How are you?
You piece of
I was about to say, this game could get very scary. Oh, were you here for that, Shady? Yesterday? I don't think you were. You might have left by then. We're starting to see somebody. And she's been very spooky. No, this was yesterday, but is what I meant. I think you might have left by then. We've been seeing somebody, like in the distance, being very spooky. There are 2 clips, and both involve me being scared, mostly saying "oh no," and then yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think. Here, I can show you. She appeared. This person appeared. I then looked away and looked back, and she was gone. And then we also saw her on top of the hospital. But this was all after we found this message. She is coming for us. So very cool. Very, very cool. Things have really turned out for the best, it seems. Nothing to worry about. My character has not, silent protagonist has not said a thing. I would have been like, okay. I know that feeling, heart pounding, wondering how you were so lucky to have this person in your life. It's exactly how I feel. Sweet air conditioning. Daz, welcome in. How are you? Welcome back to the air conditioning, Emers. How was your day? Well, so yeah, that was yesterday. We found someone scratched that into the wall. Granted, he was like kind of hallucinating, but maybe not. Part of me thinks in some of his diaries, he's like, I'm seeing this person again. It must be like hallucinations. And I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't. You know, maybe he was actually seeing this person appear. Into the basement we go, everybody. 87, yeesh! It's only 46 here, which is F2C 46. There you go. Not too bad. This is going to be the place where we can put the key. Because there's the boiler. You see, I've told you. I knew it. What is that? What is this supposed to be? Is this like a... Oh, it's a detergent thing. Chlorine? I've just never seen a container like this before. I thought it was like a toolbox. Okay, but hold on. There's a journal. We should read that first. Everyone has journals here, and I'm very happy about it. The hidden truth! We're going to find out. No! That's a bummer. I'm sorry, Brad. Yibba needs to hurry up with that remote job so I can steal his car for air conditioning. Oh, does your car not have air conditioning? Oh, no. Let's see, Monday, February 14th, 1994. So this is a year before Vivian died. On Valentine's Day, Trisha gave me some chocolate. I've never seen that brand before. I bet it must be expensive. I haven't finished making the music box. I had hoped that it would be her Valentine's Day present. I'll just give it to her later. Hopefully she can forgive me. It's been quite some time since I last talked to Father Matthew. He's always asking how I'm doing after Sunday service, but I tend to ignore him whenever possible. I know it's wrong. I need to find a way to make amends with him. The grass has been growing wild lately. The weeds are everywhere, and Andrew's not here. Actually, he hasn't been here for quite a while now. I wonder what happened to him. I should visit him after work tomorrow. I was about to pick Andrew up from work when I found him lying unconscious on the floor. There was an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the table. I immediately called the ambulance. According to the nurse, this is Andrew's third suicide attempt. She's glad that I saved him in time. An hour later and he could have died. I don't know why Andrew would commit suicide. What I know is that he must be lonely. He needs a friend. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He's out of ER and is recovering quite well. While I was cutting the fruits, he told me his story. In 1972, there was a maid who came to work at the mansion. Her name was Sophia. She was a hardworking young lady with a great personality. She was loved by many. A few years into her job, however, she had an affair with Charles. A child was born. When Vivian found out, she was furious and decided to kick her out of Painscreek. What happened after that was a tragedy. On June 26, 1975, at 11 p.m., Vivian, Dr. Johnson, and Andrew confronted Sophia. A fight broke out. Sophia fell and hit her head on a nearby well. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson checked and realized she was dead. Her neck had broken. No one knew what to do. Vivian then asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Andrew did what he had to do to protect Vivian. After that night, they vowed never to tell anyone about the incident. Before leaving, I asked Andrew what the baby's name was. He said it was Vincent. As I left the hospital, I couldn't help but pity Andrew. He's lived a confusing life, and the struggle shows. I hope he can heal. Okay, so they killed Sophia. This also makes sense. Why... This note says, I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. So Vivian got that the night she died. Or shortly after, or shortly before she died. So, okay. I think we're going to find out. I'm still on the Scott is going to be Vincent then. Scott is Sophia's baby. Now, okay, when I said that figure in the woods could be Sophia, I really hope that's not, 'cause she should be dead. And then that means we are possibly being haunted by a ghost of some kind. Okay, so we can put the crucifix here. Ah! Secret room? Scott's secrets! A terrible bed. Just the worst. What do we have here? Canteen. Pencil sharpener. Wood glue. Ooh. Chest we can't open. Coffee. Robert's Estate's security tapes. This is the VHS that they couldn't... Magdalene, the mother-in-law who was murdered, I believe, she said that there was a VHS tape that went missing, and she was trying to get people to find it, and no one could find it. That's what Shady, I hope you have a good one. Secret tunnel. I hope you have a grand old day. Huh. Weird that we can pick this up. But okay. Wait. No. Okay, so Scott did not kill Vivian. The E's are normal. But I found out who killed my mother is what he's typing. Understanding psychology, seeing what others don't. Okay. Hold on. Let us... Who killed my mother? Magdalene. Couldn't be her. She tried to find Sophia. He's my father? Vivian, Charles's wife. Bernard, the butler. Father Calvin, he saved me. Couldn't be him. Matthew was in Indonesia at the time. Dr. Johnson killed Magdalene. He was the one who supplied the pills. That makes sense. Andrew, Wanda. Derek, he's 6 years old at that time. Dorothy, she loved and took care of Sophia when she was pregnant. But we know now what it is. It is Vivian, Andrew, and the doctor. Can I take this? Birdhouse by the hunting grounds. That's right next to us. Time capsule, Andrew's house, Dorothy's house, old sewer entrance, Bernard's house. Did we take that? No. Is there anything? Read. Why was she killed? That's his baby blanket. Read. Anything else here? Okay. This tape. Can I not? I want to know what's on the tape. Why will they let us pick this up? Is my question. Did you solve? We know now who. Well, we know what happened to Sophia. Ooh. But we don't know what happened to Vivian. And most of my theory is confirmed. What do these mean? Oh, sewer? Sewer map. Painscreek sewer. I just saw that. Some kind of key. Oh. I realized who I am from the moment. This is the same year Vivian died earlier that year. I realized who I am from the moment I saw the photo. I have the exact same blanket. I know who my father is. Everything makes sense now. I visited Andrew today. I needed to know where they hid Mom's body, but he cried and begged me not to say anything about it anymore. There was no room for whatever questions I had left. I told him I'm the boy he gave to Father Calvin to get rid of. He was utterly shocked. After that, I left. I could not bear to look at him for another second. I know who I am, and now I feel everything is falling apart. Andrew came to the cabin and told me where the body was hidden. He said he was sorry and left. Externally, I was quiet. Internally, I was sputtering and livid. After he left, I came to my room and cried. The well had dried up and was covered in moss. I wouldn't have known that the well even existed if I didn't work at the mansion. I finally found Mom's body. I buried her in the cemetery next to Father Calvin. There was no tombstone for her, just a wooden cross. I don't think Father Calvin would mind. After all, he was the one who saved me. A month has passed. I haven't worked since and have stopped meeting anyone. Trisha knocks on my door every day, but I would hide each time. She cries every time, begging me to come out, anxious to know why I won't see her if she has done anything wrong. I don't know what to say to her, but I know we cannot be together anymore. Father Matthew visited me today. He said that he hasn't seen me at church for a while, that no one has heard from me in weeks. When he asked how I was doing, I began crying. The tears just flowed down my cheeks. I cried and I cried, and I just couldn't stop them. I told him everything. I told him that I know that Charles is my father. I confessed that I now knew that Trisha was my half-sister. I said I didn't know what to do now. He listened and didn't speak. Oh. Looks like a music box key. I know where the music box is. Here's a pattern on the baby's blanket. Yeah, we've... Nothing else in there? Okay. There's something with these VHS tapes, and I'm curious, maybe this isn't the one. Maybe there's going to be another one. Okay. So now we go back to... Whoops. Go back to the mansion. We'll open up the music box. then maybe we try to get into the sewer. Also, there's a birdhouse. There's not another birdhouse, is there? Also, did we walk back here? No. Huh. That photo has something, birdhouse is marked. Maybe that'll come later. We are here-ish. We need to get up there, right? Okay, so I was right in that Scott is related to the family. We now know that he is Sophia's son and Charles's son. That's why the whole Trisha thing was going on. Why the parents were like, no. I wonder if it's going to be... I wonder if Father Matthew kills Vivian. Because he grew up with Sophia in the orphanage, apparently had feelings for her, is the adopted son of... Or, sorry, adopted father of Scott. He might... And Scott tells him everything. He might have, like... He might have gone a little, like... I don't know. He might have had a vengeful streak, I guess. Potentially. Because it seems as though Scott did not do it. We have not. I thought it was Sophia initially, but Sophia, we learned, is dead. I mean, she could be a ghost, I suppose. But also, was there anything on the pendant? No. Okay. So, but no, I don't think we know who that is. Dear Trisha, as I've grown to learn about my birth parents, I feel as if a great veil has been lifted from my eyes. I now understand why Father Matthew is against us seeing each other. He was right. We shouldn't be together. Please believe me when I say I did not kill your mother. I've never lied to you and I never will. I don't know who killed Vivian. Hopefully the truth will come to light someday. Lanier, welcome in. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Let me give you a shout out here. We are in, I will tell you, the very spoilery bits of this game. So if the Painscreek Killings is a game that sounds interesting to you, it's a detective mystery type game. Walking sim, you walk around, you're trying to solve some murders in this like abandoned town. We're like in the throes of like, it's all spoilers now. But how was Spyro? I hope Spyro was great. Chronicron, welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. For those who don't know, my name is Jet, family-friendly variety streamer. We play a whole bunch of things. I love detective games and mystery games. And so that is what we're playing now. It is a little spoopy as well. There's a little bit of spoop in this game. It's mostly isolated. But hey, how are you in chat doing? Very good. I'm doing very good. I I'll give you guys a minute to lurk, so if you don't want to hear, but my suspicions on like the theories have been correct so far in this game, so that makes me very happy. But welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're having a fantastic day. How was it Spyro? Yeah, how was Spyro? How did it go? The general gist, I'll just catch you guys up real fast, that you need to know, please lurk if you do not want to hear any of it, is just that we are trying to solve the murder of a woman named Vivian Roberts. I've been saying Rogers this entire time. It's Roberts. And it's involved all of these people. We're reading lots of journal entries, going around this abandoned town, going to people's homes, trying to figure out what was going on in this town. It's been a bit convoluted, a little bit crazy, but we are like essentially our main goal is to figure out who killed Vivian, with what, and why. And we are now getting into the we probably know why, but we don't know with what and who actually did it yet. But we're getting there. As good as my first time playing, so thanks for asking. Yeah, I've actually never played a Spyro either, so I hope you had fun. I hope it's a fun game. I've heard good things. I've heard very good things about it, but seems super over my head though. It can be a little much. I think I don't know how easy it is to follow. That's when I'm going through it. I try every time they mention a new character. I'm like, I try to give a brief There's a character named Bernard, and he's the head butler. Every time a letter or diary says Bernard, I'm like, the head butler. Keep going. Just so that if people are trying to track it at home, it makes sense to them. But I love these kinds of games. I love detective stuff and whatever, so it's just, I don't know. It's super, super fun. It looks like ads are about to play, and so we'll go ahead and BRB. I like to BRB so that way no one misses anything. So this will be also a perfect time if somebody needs to lounge, lurk, etc. Linear, I know what it's like after stream, so if you need to go get some food, get a snack, a drink, etc., please, do your life things. We will be here. I appreciate any lurks, but we'll go ahead and BRB. We'll run ads now, and then we'll come back after the ads are over, so that way we can continue reading this letter. Yeah, so BRB, my friends. We'll see you guys here in just a couple minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, I will now spoil all of this before we read this letter for those who just want to know what's happening and who are sticking around. The main people and names you're going to hear are the Roberts family. There's Vivian Roberts, who were trying to solve her murder. Her husband, Charles, who was the ex-mayor. He has an affair with a woman named Sophia. Sophia was murdered, we just learned, by Vivian, the town doctor, and one of the Roberts' like handymen. She was murdered. She had a son. That son was named by her to be Vincent, but was left at an orphanage and was renamed as Scott. Scott at some point went to go work for the Roberts family. He fell in love with their daughter Trisha, who is his half sister, but he was adopted by a guy named Father Matthew. And so Scott had at some point figured out what happened. He, through asking people, he also like took care of the handyman guy named Andrew, who helped kill his mom Sophia. Scott got him to confess, and so he learned everything. He learned why Vivian was so against him dating Trisha, he's kind of like, at this point, I think, trying to figure out what to do. But what ended up happening, we know, is that Vivian was murdered by somebody, and Scott was accused. Scott says that he did not kill Vivian, but we don't really know. So we were still trying to figure some of that out. But we found this letter. We are currently in... this is a letter he left to Trisha in a music box. So he said, "Dear Trisha, as I've grown to learn about my birth parents, I feel as if a great veil has been lifted from my eyes. I now understand why Father Matthew was against us seeing each other. He was right. We shouldn't be together. Please believe me when I say I did not kill your mother. I've never lied to you, and I never will. I don't know who killed Vivian. Hopefully the truth will come to light someday. There is so much that I want to tell you, but I cannot at this moment. I pray the day when I can express everything to you will come quickly." I pray that the day when I can express everything to you will come quickly. I understand what that says now. All I can say now is that I am sorry for all the pain that I've caused you. Please forgive me, Scott. Is there anything else in here? No? Okay. We have a key to the sewers. Also, and here's a spoilie. So this town is abandoned. We have started to see some person, some figure in the distance, following us, potentially, or showing us where to go, question mark? And it's been very spooky. Okay, we saw old sewer entrance. So if we go to the hospital, looks like there's going to be something around there. The last time we saw the lady was... Okay, so that is the entrance to the hospital. Old sewer entrance. Hold on. Oh, maybe it's somewhere here? Black Pine Road. Something between... Hold on. Oh, they said it was like overgrown with moss or something. So, hold on. That little connection road in between. Can I? Oh! Didn't even see this. Also, I definitely thought it was gonna be like a well that we were gonna have to like go into. Okay, now we're in the sewers. Nothing to worry about. Nothing scary in a sewer ever. Okay. Sewer map. We are here. Oh, interesting. It connects to the mansion. We're gonna go to the right, and right. We're just gonna take 3 rights. Well, 1. Yeah, 3 rights. Oh boy, this music. Hold on. This is just terrible.
Not so long ago, in the mysterious
Oh
land
yeah, Gizmo. It's gotten
Toronto,
spooky.
Canada.
it's gotten pretty spooky actually. Yesterday, there's 2 clips from yesterday that involved me screaming essentially. So very good times. Very good times. Boo! No. But yeah, it's gotten bad. How are you, Gizmo? It said 3 rights, right? I mean, kind of. Gizmo, kind of. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I've actually really enjoyed this game. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of just reading mostly. It's mostly a walking sim, but I've really enjoyed it. Okay, so we're now in the basement of the hospital. Love that for us. Is this the morgue? Oh boy. Anything? Keys and things. This is the doctor's driver's license or wallet. Why is it here? Looks like a briefcase key. BH. Bernard Hopkin. The butler. Why does he have a key? Or why is there a key with his name on it? Looks like a room key with some initials tagged to it. Creepy walking sims are fun to me. You might like this a lot. It's definitely the, like, environment. I will say we are, like, very far into it. So if this is a game that you'd like to play, you might want to lurk or turn away because we've gotten to, like, we learned the twist, sort of. Welcome like and I'm sure there'll be more about
Hey,
that.
Jet.
Joss,
How are
welcome in.
things?
Thanks so much for
message
the
from the
26
government of
months. We are, and I'll say this again, we are, I think, seemingly towards the end of this game. So we're like, we've hit, I'll keep hanging, I've missed so much anyway. Yeah, but if you want to play it, I don't want you to, like, be spoiled on the story. But if you don't care, I can also catch you up. I can also tell you what has happened, because otherwise it will make no sense. But Joss, welcome in. How's it going? And that goes for everybody. If you are like, I really want to play this game, this actually seems interesting. It's an old game. I think we said this came out in 2017, 2019. No, I think it was 17. It's an older game, but I've really enjoyed it. Walking sim detective. You're basically a detective. There is some spoopiness, but it is mostly, it's been very isolated, and it's more of just like the air of environment of something is wrong, something is not as it should be. I won't be saying just in case. That's totally fair. I 100% understand. I will give you guys 2 minutes, and then I'll just give you a brief rundown in the case. A very brief rundown. I won't go into all the details, but at least just tell you what the point is, what we're doing currently, and what has happened. So you have 2 minutes to hang out before you leave, and then I'll get into it. In that 2-minute time, what should we talk about? Again, I will tell you guys, you should go watch that 4-hour Star Wars hotel video that I posted in the Discord. I know it's a time commitment, but it was actually very interesting. I thought it was very fun. I thought it was very interesting. Learned a lot. The Star Wars hotel is now closed. But it has everything from like, what were the first impressions? The Jay Nicholson video. I watched all 4 hours of it. I loved it. But I love all of her videos. I watched 3/4 of it day one. Yeah, totally. That was right after stream. I like opened up a tab to like YouTube, I think, and it was like the first thing on there was like, new Jenny video dropped, and so I watched it. I love her stuff. Same, Gizmo. I've probably watched. I've watched a lot of her videos multiple times. She's so funny. I love the way she like presents information, and then just like she has a very dry sense of humor, which I really like. Finished it the next day. Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting. It also seemed like a grand waste of money for probably most people. Yeah, I was literally going to go back and watch the Evermore one again, and then this dropped. That one is also super interesting. That's such a great video. I felt so bad hearing about it. Yeah, gosh. I feel like... I feel like Disney really dropped the ball. I mean, I am not their target audience for a lot of reasons. But I think for, like, a Star Wars hotel, that doesn't sound interesting to me. They would really have had to, like, made it more broad, I think, for me to ever be like, yeah, I'd love to stay at a Star Wars themed hotel. But hearing about it, it did seem like not a very fun time and very disorganized, and not worth $6,000 for 2 people. What was it? $2 per minute or something? It should have been 3 days with way more free time, and obviously the LARP should... yeah, that would have been great. Way more free... $2 per minute. Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, and just more things to do, I think, is also some of it. Like, I mean... Oh, and, here's one thing that I feel like she didn't mention, but I feel like Disney should have done. And I feel like I'm glad that you saw it, so I can I have someone to share this with. So in the part of the video where she's talking about the whole scanning QR codes and how it really ended up not doing anything when you're out in the park, Disney should have spent more resources on making that app affect more things in the Star Wars park. Like, and make it big. Like, make it grand. Like, have it be something that's like, have them affect change in such a big way that other people who are in the park are like, how did you do that? And then that way those people can say, it's because we're staying at the Star Wars hotel. and we get access to these things, I feel like that would make other people who are at the park be like, oh, that sounds really cool. I wish we could do something like that. So then maybe the next time they think of like, I don't know. I feel like it gives a cool value to it if you allow people in the park to do something. Kind of like what she gave the example of like, I don't remember what the theme was, but there was like Phineas and Ferb and like things like they showed them in the little like cuckoo clock and some other stuff. Like if you could have some of that stuff happened, but like in the Star Wars land, people might be like, oh, that's cool. I wish we could do that. Maybe next time we'll stay at the Star Wars Hotel. Like make it so that other people see like, oh, you get actually some really cool things if you go there. Granted, still, even if you add that, the Star Wars Hotel is still too much. But like, I don't know. I was like, they should have really like, besides just, yeah, there's a bunch of QR codes that you can scan. Oh, you can solve this puzzle. This satellite thing is just going to beep for a little bit. Or like what they were talking about, the restaurant where it has like the engine that like is heating up food and how you're supposed to shut it off, but it doesn't actually shut off. Like you could be standing there and it says, we shut down the thing, but it's like nothing happens. Make something happen. Like make it do something cool so that way other people get sort of interested in that. Jenny made 100%. Jenny made all that money back off the view blocking pole though. That was hilarious. I love every time she does a callback and she's like, where she then just refers to her view with having it being obstructed. It's just so good. But yeah, I mean, she's made her money back from the views already on this video. When I watched it the first day, it already had like a ton of views. Like she's cruising towards 1 million, so it makes sense. The hotel, the Kim Possible thing, yeah, it was really cool and free. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I don't know. I mean, it does seem. I don't follow theme parks very much. I've been to Disney twice, and I was pretty young. But like, honestly, all I know about of theme parks is because I've watched Jenny Nicholson videos. But it seems like I get the impression that they've really been just kind of not doing anything. Like maybe they invest in like Star Wars Land, but they don't really go all in and make it very cool. Very money grubbing, maybe. The hotels should have had way more interactive features. I agree. I was actually rewatching the video. I'm at the part where she's talking about the rock garden and like you can move the rocks and stuff with your mind, and how she says that maybe that happens 3 times per day ever, where they have like someone have the force and can move it, and that seems so like useless. I don't know. That's one of the most interactable things in a thematically cool Star Wars way, but that's like, you know, you're having a Mya day. No, Brad, why are you having a Mya day? I love her dry humor. Same. It's just she's so funny. When I watched it, it had 18,000 views, but I left that tab open and finished it later. Yeah, it's doing well. It's doing well now. I think. Gosh, it's just so well. I love how organized her. She's at 2.2 million now views for that video. I was about to say, I think when I watched it, it was like in the hundreds of thousands, and I was like, oh wow. Very good, Jenny. But gosh, yeah, it is. So, it was so interesting. And again, people, go watch it. I know it has a huge bar of entry that it's a 4-hour video, but very much recommend. Very fun. And very interesting, and I don't know, it shows a lot about Disney and what they're doing, and I guess we'll see. I mean, the fact that they closed it after such a short amount of time just shows, I guess, how, I don't know, uncommitted they are. I saw a TikTok recommending her video too. Crazy how much word of mouth it's getting. Yeah, I mean, she has a huge following that I feel like is sort of surprising. Like, you never know where it's gonna come from. But I saw it also on the front page of Reddit, though. I saw, well, not the front page. It was just recommended, like on the home page if you were subscribed to our videos, and I mean, all the comments. Well, one, surely most people who commented didn't watch the video, but most of the comments were like positive, which I find surprising. I feel like Reddit wouldn't necessarily be her biggest fan for some reason. That would be just my kind of gut impression. But I hear other people like Dex Bonus, who's another streamer that I recommend and watch. She's a big Jenny Nicholson fan, and I don't know. It's just surprising when you find something. But I have watched, I think, most of her videos multiple times, just because, I don't know, she's so funny. I love some of the my favorite one, which you've probably seen, is one about the Sci-Fi Network's reality show. I think the video is called like the worst reality show ever made or something, and it's just so funny. It's just, I love it. Anyway, so good. But all right, so we're gonna get back into this. So friends, if you want to recap, I'm gonna just give you a very brief like overview of what's happened. Essentially what we are doing, we're a reporter. We're trying to figure out who killed a woman named Vivian, who killed her, with what, and why. We still don't know most of that. We probably know the why, but we have uncovered a lot of like the family's mystery, which involves the husband having an affair, hiding a child, the child coming back, even working for the family, not knowing that he's related to them, and it involves murder, another murder. Vivian has murdered people. Blue, welcome in. And we learned that Vivian, who's the person we're trying to find out who killed her, we learned that she killed the woman that her husband had an affair with. And we are also seeing a person around town, and it's an abandoned town, and we don't know who, but we saw her up on the roof of the hospital. We saw her in the woods. There's also sort of maybe an occultish thing happening as well, but that could just be kind of the ramblings of an alcoholic, hallucinating man. But he seems to feel so much guilt that he says he scratched on the walls that she's coming for them. And that's the first time we saw her. And so that was very terrifying and made me want to scream. And I did kind of yelp. But anyway, we are now in the hospital basement. Looks like we're maybe going to learn some things about the doctor. I think this is the doctor's... the doctor helped kill Sophia, and he's a bad guy. He also helped kill Vivian's mother-in-law as well. I don't know why he's like so gung-ho about helping people kill people, but... So 1997, this is 2 years after Vivian died. I called Dorothy last week. Dorothy is or was the nanny or head maid. Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. Dorothy, head servant. Who is the maid? Or not the maid, the nanny. Is it Dorothy? Maybe it is also Dorothy. Maybe both. I think it's Dorothy. Yeah. So I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift for her. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point to her, the location of the gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places Anne's Courtyard, Inn and Suites. We saw on the side of that building it said playground. Bridge over the stream by the gate entrance and the post office. There's also a, why would someone like the post office? And where can I find Matthew's favorite places? Oh, wait. Both her and Matthew's favorite locations. We know that there was a number, what was the number? 1203 is scratched onto the side of the church. And so that's maybe related. He said that he also liked the restaurant. Oh, the restaurant had playground written into it. So anyway, we're going to have to... Why would someone like the post office? Excuse me. 3 sneezes. I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I've had my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all his diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think that Scott didn't kill Vivian. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. I still don't know if this woman... I'm sorry... Dr. Johnson, who is this? Whose diary are we reading? I still don't know if this... Oh! This is the private investigator's journal. I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped solidify my thoughts on Scott. Right. Okay, this is the private investigator. I received another message yesterday. It told me to look into Bernard, the mansion's butler. I can't help but feel that this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly what. The message said I will find something in the house. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Does it stand for Bernard's house? I've searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch, or simply that I'm thinking too much. But would he have really killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that just might make me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. I do agree. There is something weird about Bernard. I kind of think he's maybe obsessed with Vivian, but I don't think he would kill her based on that. So we have here, weirdly enough, is we know the doctor was murdered. Oh, right. Steve Moss is the investigator. I got confused. The doctor's name is Henry Johnson. No, okay. Anything? Henry was drowned in his car. Storage room door was slightly ajar. That makes me very nervous. The music has stopped. Oh, his car was in a lake. I should... The music has stopped. And that makes me very nervous. Why did the music stop? Electrical room? Music came back. So... one thing I still don't understand. We have his, like, electronic key card. Elevators aren't working. Still? I really thought there was going to be maybe like a room where we could, like, I haven't seen anything that used his. See, not so spooky. It's just a morgue. Oh, whoops. Let's go back out the front. Wonder, I mean, it would not make sense for his keycard to open up anything outside of the hospital, like if it was in his home or something. That doesn't make sense. Let's turn on all the lights, please. Oh, right. We checked all of these, surely. I think so. Let's look around for a second. Anything that uses his key card. Hold on. Turn on the lights. We also have a key. It says BH on it. A briefcase key. This is going to be the briefcase key because, yeah, that was the investigator. Also, I'm curious what happened to the investigator. All of these have codes. So strange. Like, are we supposed to open those? How would we find... So odd. I wonder if she's still up on the roof. This is the doctor's office, but he doesn't have... What's interesting is there's like nothing that looks like... Can someone let Catherine know I found... Oh, right. Wait. Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
Hello again, Miss Roberts. How are you doing? What should we talk about today?
We listened to this
The
before.
nurses have notified me that you haven't been eating your meals. Is there something wrong with the food? We know that currently this is a rough time for you. Your father has been asking for you. He wants to know if he can talk to you.
Let's go see if she's still on the roof. She's moved. She's moved. Well, that's unnerving. I kind of at least like knowing where she was, you know? Okay. So, We should go to the inn, and we're gonna check the suitcase, briefcase. Then I guess we'll go to Bernard's house. The post office. Stream. I am. All right, hold on. Okay, so we know. Hold on. Post office says stream. The church says 1203. The restaurant says playground. And the other thing is the bookstore. I think that was what he said he liked. Then diary, Stephen Moss, Anne's Courtyard. We don't know. So the inn and the bridge. Over the stream by the gate entrance. Okay. It's a cafe, right? The cafe says playground. That tree makes me nervous. Where's the bookstore? House. Church 1203 Playground House. It's not making a lot of sense to me. Birdhouse. Maybe it's like. And the bridge? Stump. People in this town just... I know, right? So... hold on. Journal. The order is playground. Wait, no. In. Bird. Stump. Stream. And then Matthew Brooks. Hold on, let's see. We ate at the Moon Cafe again. I can't seem to get enough of this place. The food is delicious, atmosphere is relaxing. Coffee tastes great. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Painscreek, followed closely by the church and the Little Big Books. So, restaurant 1, then the church, then the bookstore. So that would be playground, 1, 2, or 3, house. Bird house, if we use like... But 1203, that sounds like it's going to be a code for something. Like if there's a lock. But there is a birdhouse near the playground. I don't know what bridge and stump would be. Or, I'm sorry, stump and stream. And again, hold on, journal, Steve Moss. What is he trying to find? I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point to her, the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. This game is just a giant escape room. Gotta solve all the puzzles in it. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, it seems that way. Lots of puzzles, and diaries, I guess. All right, so unlock with this key. Wait, what? Oh, wrong key. Briefcase key. Autopsy. Andrew Reed, 3rd-degree burns. Makes sense. 44-year-old white male with burns found at home, pronounced dead at the scene. 3rd-degree burns found across body, completely charred over the head, face, neck, and hands, heavily charred across the front and back of the body, legs, and feet. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. Pneumothorax is a possible cause of death, but body is too burnt to confirm. Henry Johnson, insanguination, loss of blood. 61-year-old white male pulled out of car, this is the doctor, pulled out of car submerged in lake. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows that he did not die by drowning. Due to the prolonged submerging of the body in water, the estimated time of death might not be accurate. Estimated time of death is between 12 and 16 days. Top right side of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a wide crack, usually caused by a sharp object and strong force. Front torso, face, and back portion of forearm suffered numerous lacerations. Victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in the water. So somebody has killed Andrew and Henry and Vivian. Let's see, exsanguination. 55-year-old white female found lying in front of mansion gates, pronounced dead at the scene. 12 centimeter wide and 7 centimeter deep crack found on the right side of her skull. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp object. Lacerations on front torso and back sides of both forearms. Victim died from loss of blood. The photo! The photo! Okay. Can I take this? Alright, so... Points are still 9 for yellow. You found, I know. And then it's an 18. So double 18. Let's just do this. Plus 60 plus 50. 146. Now, that could mean 501 minus 146. So 350. Oh, wait. Well, 355. And then it could be minus 9 is 346. If that's the case, or it could be 146 minus 9, 137. We'll see. The code for Charles's safe in the gallery is Vincent's birthday. How could I not have thought about that? Call Sheriff James. Check his file. 7741. 7741? That's definitely not Vincent's birthday. Journals. Doesn't Scott mention, today's my birthday? Valentine's Day. I thought he said something about his birthday at some point. Maybe... wait. Does Trish mention his birthday? Learn photography. What did it say? How could I not have thought about that? Call Sheriff James. Check his file. I thought we, like... I thought we had... some info on his birthday already. Okay. Bernard's house. And that's actually where the darts is, but we also have a key to something in his house. I remember there was maybe a locked drawer in his desk. 31 Silver Lake. Where are we? Silver Lake. We need to go to the left. It's 41? 31. It's up this way. Is this a shortcut? Nope. Okay. There is something odd about Bernard. Now, he has a knife that's missing. He could have killed some of them, but again, it's kind of confusing why. Like, why would he kill... So, okay. This is either, we said, maybe 0346? 4. Okay. Or 137? Bernard Hopkins. Whoops. Hopkin. 1995. So... this is right around the time Vivian was murdered. When the police reported that Vivian was murdered, I was floored. I still don't know what to do. My mind is blank. All I can think is, how did it happen? How can Vivian be dead? Everyone's mourning about Vivian's death. People are coming or calling in to express their condolences. Charles hasn't been out of his room for days, and Trisha's crying her heart out. Dorothy has been assigning busy work to all the mansion employees, hoping that it would take their minds off of Vivian's death. Samuel, our security guard, has been reviewing all the tapes of the past 2 weeks for any suspicious activities. I wish I could be of any help. Scott was just apprehended for the murder of Vivian. Is that true? No one would have thought of that. I could never, ever believe that Scott would be capable of killing someone, let alone Vivian. Yet it makes me so mad. I feel confused. Trisha was admitted to the hospital today. She had a nervous breakdown after finding out Scott could be her mother's killer. Her condition has been getting worse over the past few weeks, and no one has been able to properly help her. Charles finally decided to seek help from the hospital. Matthew never believed that his son killed Vivian. He hired some fancy lawyer to defend him. Scott's been released on bail today. It's beyond ridiculous. I don't think Scott should have been released at all, despite the insufficient evidence. He killed Vivian. I know that he's guilty. Everyone knows it. They should have gone ahead and prosecuted him. The maids were cleaning the mansion when they found some stuff belonging to Vivian, a key and some stationery. I asked Charles what he'd like to do with them, but he told me to take care of it myself. I brought them back to my place. Vivian's death has caused lots of grief to everyone, especially Charles. After hearing how heartbroken Charles was 2 nights ago, I can't bear to see him suffer anymore. Scott should pay for what he did. Uh-oh. Scott? Well, okay, that doesn't help us. A desk key. Is there anything... Hold on. Why can't I open it? There we go. I mean, okay, we do have blood here. Oh, wait a minute. I need a tool to pull out the nails. I have a tool for that. Bloody knife! I mean, we should not pick up the bloody knife. A serrated blade, there are dried bloodstains on it. Did that use that? No. Okay, we still have it. Okay. Is there another... Oh, okay. Here. Unlock BH. He had a lot of like weapons and stuff. Okay, hold on. We should pause. Ads are about to play, so let's go ahead and pause, and then we'll search this room. So if you need to stand up, stretch, etc., grab a snack, go to the bathroom. Now's the perfect time to do so. We'll be here in about 3 minutes, everybody. BRB! Beer. Alrighty, we are back. Hold on. Alright. We are back. Let's go ahead and go and investigate Bernard's room now. Alright. See what he got. Alright. So he has okay. That's Vivian, no? Vivian, why? I drove Vivian today. This is the same year before she died. I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having a successful business, she felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent, and her relationship with Charles seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. If only I could confess to Vivian how much respect I have for her, how much I admire her. Ever since Trisha brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. And right, there was something going on with Derek and Vivian. Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up more to me, telling me about the struggles she's faced with. Her rocky relationship with Charles, how she really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I'm just happy to be with her. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversations. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I knew Bernard. Oh, Bernard. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. Sometimes when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her off at the corner of a street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. It aroused my curiosity, so after dropping her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go. She then left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s wearing a suit opened the door. He leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him, and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. They then entered the apartment together. Who is he? This is the 6th time I followed Vivian. This is unhealthy behavior, Bernard. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked the car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? Yes. About 2 hours later, let me answer that for you, Bernard. Yes, it is. About 2 hours later, a cab stopped out in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside, and the man followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? I tracked down the guy. He works at a bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? He works at a bank. I reported sick for the third consecutive day. As I laid in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. She's supposed to choose me. Oh boy. All these are open. That's odd. I usually do that. Day 1, the hospital gave me these pills. They are supposed to help fight depression. Day 2, I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food that I ate this morning. Day 3, the dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work. Not a big problem. Day 5, it's my day off today. I didn't take the medication. By the evening, I started thinking about Vivian. Day 8, I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the dosage. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Day 11, couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Day 12, now I know that my dizziness comes from these pills. Day 20, the pills. They don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. Day 32, I stopped taking the medication. Oh, boy. Oh, that's just clipping. Does he have... Didn't see any, like... Didn't see any medication. What else do we have? Key found in Bernard's house next to his diary. Nothing else here in here requires a key. Maybe it's a key for... Let's see. It's locked. No, okay. Can we unlock it? No. Okay, well, we found the missing knife, and it's covered with blood. Oh, his pills. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Okay. So... His key... That key could go to his house? Or, sorry, to the mansion? Where do... 43 Silver Lake. Now that we have that hammer, I wonder if we can unlock that door. Or, I'm sorry, the drawer. That was like, I need a tool to open this. What else would Bernard have a key for? Okay, this is Derek and Wanda's house. Need a tool to fix this. Does a hammer work? Yes, it does. Diary. So this is Wanda. She is the mother of Derek. She died of cancer. She did not have a job at the house. She was just Derek's mom. 1981, the school called. The principal told me the kids have been calling Derek names. Saying that he's a bastard child. But was he also adopted? I know that Derek wants to know where his father is. I don't know what to say to him. Is this a twist? The school called me again and told me that Derek poked a bird's nest till it fell off the tree. After that, he stoned the chicks to death. This resulted in him being suspended from school for a week. The principal asked if Derek had suffered any kind of trauma that would cause him to act like this. I could not tell him that Derek witnessed Sophia being killed. He was only 5 when that happened. Derek stopped going to school. He told me school isn't for him. I should not have asked him to keep quiet about Sophia's death. He must have been bottling up his emotions all these years. Maybe it's time I start homeschooling him. Oh boy. City of New Jersey, Department of Child Psychiatric Division. Ms. Wanda Tyler, after almost 5 years of sessions, your son Derek Tyler is now much better. We are still unable to get him to talk much, but he has chosen to express his thoughts and feelings through written text, which is a breakthrough for him. During his last session, however, he wrote the following. Dad was standing in the middle of the road. He was waving to me. Mom was crying and her... Hold on. Dad was standing in the middle of the road. He was waving to me. Mom was crying and her tears dripped onto my face. I woke up. Dad was standing in the middle of the road. He was waving to me. Mom was crying and her tears dripped onto my face. I woke up. Kitty was purring and licking my face. I think she wanted to go out. Mom doesn't like me to make noise when it's late at night. Says it will wake everyone up. So I was very quiet when I opened the back door. Kitty flew away. There were noises behind the wall fence. There's a door that's always locked, but there's a light behind the keyhole. I walked to the door and looked through the keyhole. There were 4 people. 2 of them were fighting. A baby was crying. Then one of them fell down and hit her head. She stopped moving. Her eyes were open. I wet my pants because she was looking at me. My goodness. Derek has since been very quiet. We haven't been able to grasp fully if what he wrote was real or imaginary. Nevertheless, we are concerned with his situation. Kindly get back to us so we can discuss further steps in helping him. And Lorelai, welcome in. I know. It feels like it. David apparently went to counseling. I don't think it's helped. Hold on. So he was at home. When I opened the back door, Kitty flew away. There were noises behind the wall fence. There's a door that's always locked, but there's light behind the keyhole. I walked to the door and looked through the keyhole. There were 4 people. 2 of them were fighting. A baby was crying. Then one of them fell down. Okay, so... Is there anything else here? No. Okay. So is this their home? This was Derek. He also has a knife. But... So, it's interesting. Wall people. Delightful. So, there's not a back... Interestingly, there's not a back door here. So, I don't know how you... I mean, unless, like... Did they move at some point? So... Hold on. If this is his home, let's say... Can we get sort of behind it? Crispy, welcome in. How's it going? It is a late for you. How are you? Huh, okay. So... Okay, no. So maybe... Did they live somewhere else? It was like 1980 something. They could have. They are the Tylers. Do we have... They might have an old address somewhere. Because that would help us pinpoint where the murder happened. Also, we have a hammer and Bernard's key. We also have something about... Where's my pen? We also have something about a gift that Matthew left for Sophia. Our hint is, or not our hint, what we know is... I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift for her. In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point to her, the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places, the inn, the bridge, the post office. We found at those places the words bird, stump, stream. His favorite places, we found the words playground, 1203 house. And that's supposed to point us to... We know there's a birdhouse over here by the playground, which is by the stream. Is there a stump over there? We don't know. And yes, it's late. Good. Finally being able to watch the stream properly now that I have good internet. Ooh, we love good internet. I just got home from work, so I'm going to lurk and get some food. I hope you get some wonderful, wonderful food. Had my coffee and got out of bed. Daz, we love that. I hope you're starting to have a wonderful morning while we are trying to uncover some murder. We're in Silver Lake. We also need to figure out... Okay, hold on. Let's go to the front anyways. Because we need to find Scott's birthday, and potentially it is written... The police, the old sheriff might have that written down somewhere. Also, we have not seen Spooky Lady in it for a while. There's also a code 7741. Did he have... Seven, 741. To Sheriff Howard, the crack in Vivian's skull shows that the weapon used is an object with heavy, sharp ends. Something like an axe would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, the attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming it's either a man or a strong woman who is experienced in the use of the weapon. Was it Bernard? The victim must have been facing the attacker because of the lacerations found on the front of her torso, as well as the backside of both forearms, showing that she tried to block the attacks by holding up her arms. The fatal strike landed on the right side of the victim's head, just above her right eyebrow. This clarifies the following: that the victim was facing the killer, that the killer is strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow, and that the killer is left-handed. Derek is left-handed. Since the murder weapon was never recovered and confirmed, my assumption of it being an axe still remains. Sorry, since this is me doing you a solid, do not under any circumstance leak this information or I'll be in big trouble. The guys here in Grand City don't want anyone more than necessary to know about the details. Hope the above information helps. Vivian Roberts' murder record of alibi. Charles. I wasn't here when my wife was killed. I left for New York on July 18th to attend a conference meeting that was supposed to last 3 days. I was supposed to be back on the weekend. On the morning of July 20th, however, I received a phone call from our butler, Bernard, informing me that Vivian had been murdered. I could not believe what I heard. I cut short my trip and immediately came back to Painscreek. Interview to Matthew Brooks. There is an annual religious gathering event in Hartford where pastors from different churches in our state's vicinity meet and discuss what we can do to help our society. The event started on July 18th and ran for 5 days, so it ended on July 23rd. I represent Painscreek Trinity Church at the event. Our church can confirm this because we had to cancel our Sunday service that week. Bernard, I was preparing for the fundraising event when I felt sick. However, there was no one who can really do my job, so I kept working. At about 9 in the evening, I was too sick to continue, so I bid Vivian goodnight and headed back home. Dorothy Patterson saw me leave. No, there's no one else that lives there. I live alone. Dorothy, yes. Bernard was not feeling well that day, so he left slightly earlier than usual. However, we finished his work before he left. When I saw how sick he appeared, I wonder how he could have kept on working. Well, I guess that's why the Roberts family trusts him so much. Me, I was around the mansion most of the time, either preparing the food or making sure that the other maids were doing their jobs. The fundraising event, which was to be held the following day, was important to Vivian, so we were all making sure that everything would be perfect. By the time Mary left, it was already past midnight. I locked the doors and then went home myself. No, I live alone. Mary Martinez. We don't really know about anything about Mary. My name is Mary Martinez. I had been working in the kitchen for the past few days for the upcoming fundraising event. Jimmy's Bakery was supposed to deliver the cakes, but a few days before the event, they called to inform us that they can't make it. Suddenly, I was in charge of the cakes. I was so mad because we didn't have much time, and this event was supposed to be extremely crucial for Vivian's business, but after hearing that Vivian was murdered, all my anger and work just sort of became irrelevant. Derek. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. This is why Derek did not want to drive Vivian around, is because he knows that she killed somebody. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. I was supposed to come back after that to drive around for Vivian, but she told me to take a break since I hadn't had any days off for quite some time. I decided to visit a friend of mine who was moving upstate to West Dakota. What sort of friend? An elementary school buddy that used to live here, but moved when he received a scholarship. I stayed at his place for a few days before coming back to Painscreek. Yes, he can vouch for me. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me a number. That seems weird because Derek he was homeschooled, and he didn't like school because everyone was bullying him. Keys! Oh. Lost and found. Hold on. Glasses? A whistle? A car key. Is there anything about Scott's birthday?
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Anne's Courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Steve Moss sent a package. Wonder to whom? Also, this is interesting. I wonder if this is gonna come back at some point. He was supposed to have Scott's birthday somewhere. Okay, so my current thought is Derek killed Vivian. We know there was an axe at Bernard's house, but the case is broken. Let me write. Check mark there. We now have a card. We have a key. Could be a trunk. That's our car. Also, let me look over here. Back in the playground. So, like, birdhouses. Bird Stream Stump. 1203 Playground House. Stump? Is there a tree stump around here? Oh. Hello? How did he do that? 1203. 1, 2, 0. Ah! A ring? Dear Sophia, it's been quite a while since I last wrote to you. I've been busy. I hope you're doing well. Father Calvin has been guiding me how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord, and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed its code to 0318. Study room 0318. Church desk study. The day you first came to the orphanage. Painscreek has been very quiet recently. Nothing much goes on in the small town. Oliver is still Painscreek's event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running their business as usual. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still the reliable butler. I don't think he'll ever be replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here waiting for you to return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spent most of my free time there now doing wood carving. Helps me relax. Hey, I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I'll think of you and how we spent our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realized how I felt towards you. Since you left, I keep writing these letters, but I never mail them, and to be honest, it's because I don't have a clue where you may be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we are still close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left Painscreek. I still don't know why you left. All I want to say is take care. This will be my last letter. One day I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew. Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Love, Matthew. 3/18/1975. Every moment I spent with you is like a beautiful dream come true. Happy birthday. Maybe I should write that down. 3/18/1975 is Sophia's birthday. Okay. All right. So we solved that. I can go ahead and mark this as complete. Church desk is something we need to find. What else do we have? We need a code for... We need to figure out Scott's birthday. We have... Oh, belongs to a Marvaric model. Okay, hold on. Let's maybe find the keys. You have a new companion! Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you've been enjoying Terraria. There's 2 cars that I know of. This one and one by the church. Marvaric. But I was able... Oh! Right. Okay, there's a... I forgot there's a bloody handprint there. A key. Hold on. Pick up... Lockbox 201 in the inn, I assume. This is the private investigator. My head hurts, my tire's flat, and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving Painscreek? Am I close to discovering something? Oh god, I thought he was the one. I was wrong. He's not the killer. He's not. Oh boy. Wait, can you leave? I know we can, we actually can, I think we can end early if we, anytime you try to leave the town, it says like, would you like to end the game, basically. But we gotta figure out what happened. Who does he think? He's onto me, and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roadside. He will never find... What's the button for? Ever since I received the messages and the key, I have been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I've been. I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews: Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. Then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event, yet I remember reading somewhere about it being canceled. Where did I read it again? I can't seem to remember. Oh my god, I've just realized that the E's in all of the killer's messages is slightly off in comparison to all of the other letters. If I can find the typewriter, I can find out who killed Vivian. Yeah, I know. I know. I've been trying to figure that out. What is the okay, so it's going to be one of these. By a bookshelf. So my thought was Derek, but I thought we saw his, I thought we saw his, typewriter, and there wasn't... Oh. Is the same, like, light fixture used in other places? So you think you can leave. Potentially, but... Hold on, let me look at that photo again. So I was leaning towards Derek. Doesn't it look like a bookshelf? Is it? Is there one out in front? No. Let me look at that again. What's the button for? Oh, it's under the thing. So hold on, we should be able to spot it easily if there is one. I was looking on the, like, maybe I was looking for like a companion bookshelf because it looks like it's next to one, but I haven't paid attention to these little like light things very much, and I don't know if like are they in other buildings or okay, hold on. Nope. It looked like it was on the underside of... None of those. Did you do the score math with it? I did. So, we figured out what it was. We found another photograph of the dartboard, and it had the correct, like, darts on it. So we were able to do that. It unlocked, the desk, and we learned some things about the butler, Bernard. Bernard is suspicious, but he said he was surprised, but I mean, maybe he was lying about the event. My main thoughts are it's either Bernard or Derek. Derek, okay, so none of these seem to have that button, so it must be somewhere else. We need to look at other, like, buildings, I guess. So, here are my thoughts right now. Derek has some motive to kill Vivian, in that he witnessed the murder while he was 5 years old, and has just sat with it, I guess. Bernard, and this would be sort of a twist, Bernard has access to a lot of the things that killed people. But his motive would be that he was obsessed with Vivian and loved her. And so it would be kind of interesting. I mean, it would be a bit of a twist if he was the one who killed her, because it's sort of been building up into us thinking that the reason why Vivian died was because she was responsible for Sophia's death. But then it would be interesting if it was like, that's sort of all a red herring. The reason why she was killed was because the butler was just obsessed with her. But I don't know if that would feel the most satisfying. Now, the church. We should go to the church. Oh, also, can I? Doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna need some kind of like screwdriver or something to open up vents. While we're here, we'll also check out. Now, it sounds like the private investigator said that maybe, like, another person's alibi doesn't make sense. Derek's does not make sense because he said that he went to go hang out with... Okay, so these are not the same wall sconces or whatever they're called. Zero 318. 0318. Matthew Brooks. Okay. I visited Scott today. I couldn't believe what he said. How could Sophia be dead? How could Andrew, Henry, and Vivian have killed her? Did Dorothy know? How about Wanda or Charles? Did they know? Why didn't anyone tell me? I visited Sophia's grave today. It was just a wooden cross that Scott made. There was no name on it. I placed some flowers in front of it. She always had a liking for flowers. We had mass today. Vivian and Henry were there. Andrew, as usual, didn't come. All I can think of whenever I look at them is whether they actually killed Sophia or not. As they praised the Lord throughout the sermon, I felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't bear to see their faces. What should I do now? I know I should forgive them, but it's so difficult. I'm dying inside. I wish I never visited Scott. I wish I never heard what he said. I wish I could just forget everything. I need to talk to Andrew. I need him to confess. So Matthew eventually... yeah, I think we knew that. Unless, I mean, Matthew could have done it. Run the tools back to the storage room. Matthew's reasoning, or like Matthew was also in love with Sophia. Looks like a desk key found in Bernard's house next to his diary. A desk key. He didn't have another desk there. Perhaps, is there another desk in... Let's go to the mansion. Okay, we can mark that as we use that clue. That is done. We still have an AOL password. Aunt Cecilia's apartment code. I don't even know what that means, really. We go this way. That takes us to the mansion. 1203 chess pieces that have a 1 and a 7 on them. Time capsule stuff, but we don't have a shovel or a way to dig it out. So interesting. There's still so much that we don't know and that we need to uncover. We'll probably go for another 30 minutes or so, and then we'll stop. This game's taking longer than I thought it would, which is great. I'm here for it. I thought we were going to be done yesterday. But we also got stuck, but... Study room. This one is a key code. So, okay, we learned... I wonder, hold on. This is kind of a guess. 3... No, that wouldn't work. Four right, 6 left, 3 right. That's also something we don't know. Unless it's... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Anything? No. Or maybe. Hold on. Maybe from here. 4 right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 right. 1, 2, 3. No. Definitely something here. There was not a... This is a lighter. Interesting. I guess he also has cigars, but... 4-digit code. Let me check. Hold on. We need to figure out Scott's birthday. Oh, wait a minute. No, he didn't have... Scott didn't have a... Let's go to the security room real fast. I don't think he had an entry here, did he? Bernard, Derek, Wanda, Andrew, Dorothy, Mary. Dang. I don't think he ever went to the hospital, so we can't... Oops. We can't check, like, hospital records. Charles... Derek. Hold on. We went cycling today. Scott said he could ride faster. In the garage, Charles approached. Hmm. 93. Right, Scott. Oh yeah, I saw Scott talking to the doctor. Dorothy. Oh, did she mention? Charles asked something if I would be willing to stay with Sophia, that he had arranged to have. Told him that I would help Sophia's pregnancy. Charles came up to me and expressed his gratitude for taking care of Sophia. He said he will be covering all the necessary expenses. Sophia's 8 months pregnant. There's like a huge gap in time. So it's probably gonna be May something. In 75, so something 75. We could actually probably guess what that'll be. Not that that's what we should do. I'm sure we can figure it out. It's the doctor. Does he mention Sophia? Mary. I forget who Mary is. 3 months. Hold on. Hmm. 1995. Cleaned the mansion attic today when I found Derek and Wanda's old stuff. There will be a grand party to celebrate Trisha's birthday on June 11th. Okay, whoops. Matthew Brooks, does he mention Scott's birthday? '71, '75. Scott. Picked me up from the orphanage today. Maybe it's May 3rd. Wait. Oh, for his next birthday. Dang. Okay. 1990. Secret room in the mansion. We still have not found, I don't think. That is 1993 too, I think. Yeah. Or wait, where's that one? 1994. Hold on. 5. Deeves, welcome in, Deeves. How are you? We're trying to solve a murder. I'm currently combing through some diaries to find some information, and I can't find it. Don't know. But how are you? Do you start work today? Are you back at work? Or is it Thursday? 95. Steven. I think we could guess. I think we could try to guess the code. Though I'm sure that's not what they want us to do. Hold on. Right. Right, we just looked through some of this. Trisha. Did she mention his birthday? It would be around April or May. April, Scott and I decided to have our secret hideout. Workday 1, no! You hate to see it. Hate to see it. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking his birthday is in May. But, hold on. So that was Trisha. Vivian, I don't know why she would talk about Scott's birthday. April... No. Okay. Wanda. Just can't stand Sophia. I'm just finding all the companions. I now have a wow, that's incredible. A Shrek in a bubble. That would also be cool. Vivian Roberts' death. Scott Brooks apprehended. No sign of his birthday. Dr. Henry. Scott pleads not guilty. Hospital closed. Sheriff's relocation. Vivian's murder case. Hiring PI Stephen Moss. Again, Scott's not listed here. Fund embezzlement. Henry's advice to Vivian. Letter to Daniel. Who wrote this? Andrew. Andrew wrote this.
Space Cowboy.
Thank you for the alert, Brad. Appreciate it. How have you been, my son? It's been a while since I last wrote to you. I'm getting much better now. She's still working at the restaurant. I hope she spends enough time with you. Maybe it's Sister Rachel, although I wasn't here when you last came. He was born between the time of April and July 4th. He was holding a basket with you in it. He said that you lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He might not know his, like, full birthday, but... Scott's letter to Trisha. Coroner. Sophia's birthday gift. What else do we have here? Security logbook. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can crack this open. That's definitely what we're supposed to do, right? Oh, wait. It's gonna be 4. Well, hold on. It's gonna, oh man, there's like no easy way to like 5/2/1975. 5/3. Whoops. 5/3/1975. Whoops, I missed. 5/3/1975. 5/4/197. Whoops. 5/4/1975. 5/5/1975. 5/6/1975. 5/8/1975. 5/9/1975. Okay, it can't go higher than that. Now, he was dropped off at the orphanage. July 4th, 1975? Maybe that's... July 4th, 1975. No. Okay. Maybe it's April. Let's go backwards. It also could just be the month, like 05/1975. 04. No. She was 8 months pregnant in April, so... Okay, what else do we have? There's a desk key. Let's run around. Do we have a desk here? And then we'll probably be ending here soon anyways, but... open. Trying to remember from even other places where a locked desk might be. It's a side note. There was like a thing here for the birthday. Everything open here? Yeah. Also, we need to find where that hidden button is. That's all opened. Okay, so not here. Locked desks. That Bernard would have access to is the thing that's weird. I don't recall seeing one in his home. Let me go to... the shed secret hideout back there. There was a note. I wonder if it was about... We still have to figure out Scott's birthday. If we can figure that out, we can then open the safe in the... the safe in the gallery. It's this one. There's this. We still don't know what this refers to. 1 and 7. Oh, that's interesting. Never noticed that. Alright. Okay, we'll stop here. I don't know where this key goes. There's a few things we need to figure out. We need to figure out who is lying on the is it? Record of alibis. Supposedly someone is lying here. I mean, Derek seems to be lying. Derek never gave me the number, other stuff, but he says that an event was canceled. Mary mentions a fundraising event. Though, I mean, Dorothy also mentions the fundraising event. Bernard mentions the fundraising event. Matthew mentions... some event in Hartford. Charles had a conference meeting. So we need to figure out who is lying on there. We need to figure out where this key goes. We need to go into the sewers. I'm going to write that down. Open sewer drains. We have a couple of codes we still haven't used. And yeah, so there's plenty to do. But we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. We're getting closer. Getting closer to solving this. We uncovered some mystery. And I'm excited to continue. Got to find out Scott's birthday. That's also part of our to-do list. But all right, friends, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. Joss, thank you so much for the resub for 26 months. Lanier for the raid. Very much appreciate all of you for hanging out with me. We'll try to solve this tomorrow. Exactly. But friends, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out. But we'll continue this. We'll figure it all out. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!